Would you describe yourself as competitive or collaborative? Well, in case you're anything like me, my answer varies. For example, in school, I was very competitive. Really, when it came to sports, like sports day, and even just my grades in class. And to this day, I think I'm a little bit competitive. I'm not the same as I was in school. But when it comes to business relationships, I believe that it's crucial for us all to collaborate so we can be of mutual benefit to each other. These two mindsets may seem different, as if you're supposed to be bound to just one, but the truth be told, they both serve a purpose. And the key is knowing which one is needed at certain points in our lives. Sometimes we need to be a bit more competitive because it brings out our best qualities and pushes us to succeed. Whereas other times we need collaboration because of relationships we have with others who will help us get where we need to be. In this episode today, I'll discuss both the competitive mindset and the collaborative mindset, and I'll tap into the more practical question, which one should you live by? So, are you ready? Let's start. Welcome to the Elevate Your World podcast. This podcast is for anyone who wants to take their business to the next level. Each episode tackles a topic relevant to entrepreneurs and those looking to start a business. I share tips and tricks on how you can grow your business, find success, and elevate your life. I am your host, Jules. In the 1800s, Charles Darwin wrote a book called On the Origin of Species, which has the idea of the survival of the fittest. And the ways in which his views on evolution have contributed to how it's currently understood can be seen in many areas. But there was one main, more important point that his theory made. The point is that nature is all about competition. It's either I eat you or you eat me. And according to his theory on evolution, survival is based on how fit you are for the environment you're in. If you're not fit enough, basically, you'll get consumed by the fitter, stronger species in your environment. And well, when you look at nature, that does make sense in some ways. And perhaps this theory is what instilled in people the belief that life nowadays, too, is a game of survival of the fittest. And I think this is where the so-called competitive mindset came from. The competitive mindset is all about winning. It doesn't matter if you win by stealing, cheating, lying, or just being better than the other person. The point is that you win, and that's it. There are no second place winners in this game of survival of the fittest. And this type of thinking has been around for a long time because it makes sense for people to want to be on top and stay there. After all, we're living in a society where success equals power, right? But while striving to be number one may work sometimes, it can also lead people down a dark path, which will only end up hurting them in the end. I mean, if you eat everyone on your way to the top, you'll have no one to celebrate with. So now let's look at collaboration. The collaborative mindset is about working together to accomplish a common goal. And this type of thinking has been around for centuries, and it's not just limited to humans. In the animal kingdom, they also engage in collaboration. In fact, different types of collaboration can very well be observed, even in nature, where it's considered that everything is competition-based. But Jules, what does this have to do with success, you're asking? Well, it's like this. Having a collaborative mindset means that you're willing to work with other people and put aside your personal goals for a while for the sake of achieving a collective goal. In other words, if you're looking for success, then don't forget that it can't live outside of healthy relationships. After all, there's no real meaning behind the word success if it's being used without a single reference to helping other people reach their goals as well. And yes, many people consider themselves a one-man band, but in reality, you're never really alone. And if you feel that you've achieved something entirely by yourself, these type of people scare me. I'm sorry, but they do. The odds are that you're failing to realize or recognize and give credit to those people who have contributed to your success, even if it's passive. Some people are always thinking about competition, whether that's in their industry, in their workplace, in their personal lives, relationships. Those kind of people always want to be the winner. Though effective in some ways, this mindset has its drawbacks and can lead to poor results both personally and professionally. Instead of constantly seeking ways to beat others or be better than others, we should learn how to collaborate with our peers for a greater chance of success than if we're trying alone. However, in some instances, the competitive mindset has its applications and may, in some cases, bring out the best in you. As I mentioned already, the competitive mindset isn't to be excluded completely. Instead, we have to learn how to utilize that mindset and when to properly use the collaborative one. Like, for example, you're competing in a race. A competitive mindset can be beneficial. It can help you focus on your goal and push yourself to achieve it with high levels of energy and determination. However, outside of actual competitions, I think, where a winner is announced and you have opponents, well, the competitive mindset isn't really that useful because most of our life depends on inevitable communication with other human beings. And it's best to focus on compassion and collaboration. Unlike the competitive mindset, the collaborative one is beneficial in many different regards. When we approach life with that collaborative mind, we're able to see the world through a compassionate lens. We're also able to connect better with others and form meaningful and lasting relationships. And it allows us to become more effective and productive entrepreneurs or business owners, team members or leaders. We're better able to work together towards common goals, and we're more likely to achieve them. All in all, it's not always about winning and achieving your desired goals. So this collaborative mindset leads to a more harmonious and peaceful world, while the competitive one is more likely to create boundaries between us. For this exact reason, we should remember that life isn't a death match, like a free-for-all game, really. Think of life as a collective game and seek out your best team and see what you together can do towards a common goal. So be compassionate, be collaborative. And as I always say at Elevate, together we rise. Thank you for listening to this episode on collaboration versus competition. If you'd like to visit our website, that's elevatestudio.uk.com. We have so many articles. We've got more podcast episodes on there and resources that can help you start your business and grow your business and go to the next level. And I will see you on the next episode.